Hello. Okay, today we're going to wrap up OSF. I got some feedback, a request for some more detail, and maybe an example or two. So we're going to start with look at the graphic below, titled Operation Solid Foundation. It's got a big purple circle with 7 circles in it. And we're going to start with this understanding that with this new process, we're going to develop new language. So partnership, we're going to redefine as mutually empowered teaming. And we understand with this definition that our nature, even though we're individuals, we are also connected. And that if we're going to be clear about our life promise, what our values are, discerning what our life sentence is, our shadow, then we need each other to do it. So we're in a false narrative in this bizarro world where we're separate and weak, and we got to figure everything out, survival of the fittest. But in reality, our nature is that we cooperate. Not unlike the cells in our bodies work beautifully together to sustain us. So partnership, think about when I talk about partnership, you'll know what I'm talking about. Now, when we look at the schedule here, we're talking about a group of people, and the example I use here with this graphic is 6 participants, 1 facilitator, 7 people. The process takes 6 weeks. We want to make sure that every week people pair off with each other in an hour-long conversation. Each person pairs with each other person in the group at least once. And those pairings take an hour. It's an investment of an hour's time. And we call it 10-10 because what we do is each person takes 10 minutes without interruption to express. And they can articulate whatever they want, their truth, their story, but they're encouraged to articulate what they've come up with in their deliberation of what matters most to them, their values, what their life promise is looking like, what their life sentence is appearing to be, and we share that with each other. So that's the pairings. And I'll tell you that my experience with this, I've got extensive experience with the pairings. I was part of a group called Embody You, and over a year's period, I was involved with several groups, and I can tell you the magic of these pairings. Because what happens is, you get 10 minutes, usually we all kind of rehearse what we want to share, because there's this, do we trust, this level of trust. We're not sure, right? But what usually happens is those rehearsed kind of sharings take a few minutes, maybe 4 or 5, and then people think they're done. And the receiver, the listener on that 10-10 of the person who's got 10 minutes, says, no, you're not done, you've got 5 more minutes. And that is when the magic happens, because we get beyond the rehearsal. And that's when we really get amazing insights. And I've seen them from other people, shared them, and I've experienced them when I'm sharing. So the pairings, solid. And by the way, all of these components, these 3 components, you get the pairings, the group sessions, and the values definition. I've tested them all separately, in some cases 2 of them. I haven't tested them all together yet, so I'm really looking forward to that opportunity. So that's the pairings. We'll also have 3 group sessions, a kickoff, 1 at 3 weeks, a midpoint, and then a celebration at the end, because the celebration is very important. And in those sessions, we're going to share about what our experience is in the pairings and what we discovered in our hearts, what the experience has been, what we've learned, and that's what we do in the group. And the last group session is a celebration, because you got to celebrate. So if you look at it, the commitment of time to this process is about 90 minutes a week. So it's certainly manageable with all the other things that we have going on in our lives if we make it a priority. We could take more time, but that's what it takes. That's the commitment. And again, the deliverables, each person identifies their core values, what matters most to them, and then we help each other tune that. Each person defines their life promise, articulated as who I am is a world blank. And we help each other develop that. We cannot develop that on our own. It's just not our nature. Kind of like, again, the cells of our body, the way they collaborate, humanity collaborates in our natural state. The current false narrative that we're operating under is the opposite of that. And this is what we're creating. This is what we're, with OSF and this whole methodology, is the move from that fear-based um, humanity to a compassion-based humanity. So that's in a nutshell. It's a little bit more detail. I think that covers OSF. So we're going to go next time, tomorrow, we're going to go into one of the other methodologies that are born out, expanded out of OSF. The creating environment for children so that they can be self-directed and unleash them to their creative genius. Revolutionizing school, which currently is just, it shrouds their soul. How do we build vibrant, thriving, flourishing local communities, which is an extension of OSF? And then, of course, I'm excited about getting into the marketplace and how we can, through this process, facilitate, manifest an explosion of micro businesses that are contributive, that instead of fighting the corporate state, we just create and seed in local communities the new economy. So I'll leave it there for now. Thank you for listening, and I'm so excited about sharing this. Until next time, take care.